going on YouTube? So today we're going to be doing a video, well, I'm going to be doing a video on the Godox TT350p, actual usage of it, take you through some of the menu items. It is a pretty basic flash, so it's not going to be all that in-depth in regards to crazy settings or anything. And I don't have the Godox trigger. I am planning on getting a TT600 Godox flash, which I will then sync wirelessly with the TT350. And once I do that, then I will take you through the wireless settings and controlling the TT600 while using the TT350 as an actual master. Another thing I'm going to be doing in this video is redoing partial how to shoot flash without it looking like you shot flash, because my last flash decided to completely stop responding to power inputs. It wouldn't sync in TTL, it wouldn't sync in high-speed sync, so that video got completely destroyed right at the end. So that one was pretty useless, so I need to redeem myself. And alright, let's just get right to it, shall we? Okay, so first things first, I've got all the lights all the way down. Well, not all the way off, but pretty much pretty far down to simulate low light conditions. Now, most beginners, what they end up doing is they start off with just full automatic mode, as you can see here, and they just raise the flash. Everything's on automatic. And switch this to autofocus. There we go. And then they fire. And it totally looks like it was shot with flash. So, what do you do in this situation? Well, first things first, what you would do is you would get out of full automatic mode, go into aperture priority mode if you want. However, generally speaking, best thing to do is go into manual mode. I'm at ISO 800 f4.5 1/125th of a second, and if you look at this graph here, it's saying it's going to be horribly underexposed. As you lower the shutter speed, you'll see that graph or that bar move. Now that's perfect exposure, pretty much, right dead center, according to the camera's metering. However, we're going to be introducing light to this. So, let's turn this off. Mount the Godox TT350 flash here. Alright, it's back on. Press and hold the power button, and boom. Alright. So now let's go back into live view. Okay, so it's showing that it's going to be underexposed, right? Now I'm at 1/40th of a second. I think we were at 1/125th before, and now the flash is facing straight forward. I'm going to take this diffuser off here, and let's just take a shot. So it looks pretty much the same as the last one. It's a little better. You can see there's less highlights down here. Now, what you can do, this is in full TTL mode, so it's taking the information from the camera to fire the flash. Now let's see what happens if we bounce the flash up. Okay, now I cranked the power a bit too high. So what you can do, if depending on the look you want to control the flash, change the aperture here. So now we're at f8. There we go. So, quick review here. That was f4.5. That's f8. Now, quickly, I'm sure you've heard the term high-speed sync. So with high-speed sync, let's just turn that on. Whoops. No, manual Okay, so high-speed sync is on now. Let's go to 1/400. Let's crank this all the way down. Let's bounce the flash a little bit. So 1/500th of a second. See how that looks. Alright, there we go. Now, if I face the flash forward, bring this to f8. Now let's get the background completely and utterly jet black here. So we'll go to 1/1250th of a second. There we go. And let's go 1/2500th of a second. There. Okay, so now if we drop this back down, everything's going to be like insanely bright. Actually, not too bad. Okay, so this flash is working way better than the one I had before. Okay, so let's get some of the backdrop in the shot here. There we go, so you can see all along the sides here. Now, to increase the flash, you can drop the aperture. And you'll notice, if you look at the table, see all this back here? That's the ambient lighting, which is very tungsten right now. So it's introducing the ambient lighting into the shot here, because we're allowing more light into the shot. And you can kill that by increasing the shutter speed. The only problem is we're going to have to crank up the flash's power here. Let's go +1. There we go. So this is just a very preliminary look at shooting flash without it looking like you shot flash. Alright, now let's, you know what, let's see how powerful this flash actually is. Let's go into manual 1:1, bouncing it directly off the ceiling. Let's go to 1/60th. It's probably going to be overexposed by a lot. Yeah, figured. It's actually not a bad flash. It is pretty powerful. Alright, so let's go into high-speed sync, 1/1000th of a second. There we go. So that's just a very quick look at how to shoot flash without it looking like you shot flash. It does take some getting used to, but it can be done. It's just a matter of the settings, and you just got to experiment. So remember, aperture controls the amount of flash lighting that's coming into play, and the shutter speed controls the background and the general ambience of the lighting in total. ISO is the sensitivity, and that's pretty much it. So now, let me turn the lights on, and we'll go through the Godox TT350p settings. Alright. Alright, let's pull this off. Actually, let's leave it on the camera. I'll just zoom this in. Let's see if I can get this angled. There we go. Oh. Not quite. Alright, let me bring this up so you can actually see the buttons I'm going to be pressing here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So, for the mode, which is this one here, you've got multi, and you can set all your parameters. So there's the hertz there, then the amount of flashes, and the power output. And you've got straight TTL, which right now I have it in high-speed sync. So if I change the sync, and there's rear curtain, front curtain is just blank. And if you hold the slave mode, get a little wireless symbol there, and that's to set up the 2.4 gigahertz wireless system, which I don't have anything to set up with that. And then you can manually or automatically set the zoom. If you look up here, now it's in manual zoom, 24, 28, goes up to 105. When you go all the way back down by turning the jog dial here, it goes back to auto. And you've got your various slave modes as well. I think it only works in manual. Yeah, so S1, S2, which ignores the pre-flash. That's pretty much it. And you just control the jog dial when you're in manual mode. One nice thing about this flash actually is that you can be in manual mode and high-speed sync. So I will show that. Just change this here. There we go. Alright, let's go in here. 1/1000th of a second. And I'm still in high-speed sync, manual mode at half power. I do have the diffuser on this time though. Oh, accidentally took 2 shots there. So there it is. Full manual mode with high-speed sync in manual. And the question had come up if you can do this in aperture value mode, which yes you can, and here we go. Oh, whoops. I wasn't even paying attention to that. So if I were to... Well, trust me, you can. It's not letting me... Okay, I'm gonna have to go way... Oh man, this is gonna be insane. Alright, so ISO 25,600 at 1/400th of a second. Okay, let me bounce this here. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, still too much. Alright, so let's drop the power down. Let's go 1/8. There. So that was 1/800th of a second f4 at 25,600 ISO. And people say APS-C cameras can't do high ISO. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright, let's turn this up a bit. 1/4. Alright, let's see what happens. Yeah, too much. Alright. Well, anyway, you get the idea. It does actually work. So, that's pretty much it for the preliminary look at the Godox TT350 flash. As most people say, I'll see you on the next video, which is actually not true. You will see me on the next video. And as I said, this Godox flash, it is pretty basic. It's simple to use, pretty easy to understand. And when I get the TT600, then I'll go through all the wireless settings. Until next time, peace!